My name's Emma Rombaugh. I'm a nurse, a daughter, and a sister. I started coming to RCC when I was 13 years old, so now that makes it 12 years that I've been at RCC. Went from like the youth group and like doing all the activities of that to actually eventually like this past year being able to go to the women's retreat for the first time, and that was a really neat experience. Very different, and it was honestly, it surprised me in really, really good ways. I think going in to the retreat, I'd heard so many wonderful things, positive experiences, women being able to be honest and open, but I think I had a couple of like, I guess, not necessarily concerns, but maybe like reservations going in. I would say they were like two of them really. The first one being that since thought I was going to be like the youngest one there, I was afraid that I wouldn't be, I guess, like taken as seriously. Like women wouldn't feel comfortable enough sharing their hearts with me because they've known me since I was 13 years old. Like I was afraid they'd still see me as like a little kid. And not only that, I'm Eve's daughter, and Eve's like the most wonderful person. But I think I was afraid that I would just be seen as just her daughter, not as like my own individual in a sense. I would only be seen through the lens of who she is and not the person that I'm growing into. I was very pleasantly surprised. Women were incredibly open whether in the groups or just in small conversations. They're incredibly welcoming as well. They even told me, you can call me by my first name, it's a small gesture, but it really means a lot because I think it shows that we are equals and I'm not just some little kid anymore. I think it encouraged me, the sense of belonging. That was the theme of the retreat, which was a really perfect theme. And I think I saw so many women who trusted in their belongingness, I guess, to Christ, and how through that sense of safety and trust in that relationship, they were able to show love to others. And I was one of the recipients of that, which was really cool. And even seeing that like mirrored in them, it's like, I was like, oh, I can engage in that too. And I want to be a part of that and show that to other women. My schedule can be kind of crazy and I work night shifts and stuff, but it definitely made me want to be more, I guess, involved and like intentional in conversations. It was really neat. Just the other night, we actually, went to a dinner with some of the women who were in my small group at the retreat, and I'm really happy that we were able to like continue and follow through with that, and we're hoping to like see each other again in January after the holidays. So it's really neat we've been able to see like progression of like friendship and deep conversations and like fun, and just it's been really cool. I think, and this has happened over many years from being a very young child, to now, I've seen my relationship with God shift from one of like almost fear and about strictly being like obedience based and being good and doing the right thing to one of it being like a real relationship where prayer is not just I need help kind of thing, but actually one where I can just speak with God like anyone else and draw closer to Him. It's just a way of being near to Him and where He can grow close to me as well. In terms of like the retreat, this was yet again like reinforced in seeing for myself, but also in seeing other women in their walks with God and their struggles, and how relationships with God, it's obviously not perfect, but it can still be really, really beautiful, and we can grow together and support one another in whatever season we're in. I would say as we're going into the next year in 2023, there are a variety of relationships I'm really looking forward to building and growing in. One in particular, though, is with Shiona. She works in the kids ministry, has done like a stellar job. And she is someone, though, who, as like months have gone by, I've just gotten to see more and more of the person she is. And she is a woman of just great kindness and character. And I'm really looking forward to getting to see more of who she is, the way God's working in her life, and also in general, just hopefully being able to go on the women's retreat next year and get to build even more relationships And I really hope as this year comes around that I'm able to work it into my schedule to be more intentional with women in church and make time even amongst the craziness to get to know them better, because they're worth knowing.